Good morning, everyone. As usual, we'll start with the next week's analysis. So, our long-term thought process of downtrend is sort of confirmed, and the first day candle of the August series is also negative. Now, usually, if this happens, then whatever was the first day's high, which is Friday's high, which is 24,784, is a turnaround zone for me. So, if at all it closes above 24,800 on a daily close, then only we'll think of going bullish for a directional move. Otherwise, till this level is held, we'll always look for directional bearish trades only. Now, that being said, let's come to weekly. Weekly is looking a bit overstretched because we have had five bearish candles, and all the five bearish candles are with wicks. There is no candle which has started and traveled the entire day in the same direction. Like it has opened at a particular level and it has gone one way throughout the week, has not happened so far. So all the five candles I had wicks, and this might be the week where there will not be wick, and then we can continue going in either up or down. Basis what the positions are saying, this is eventually be going to down is what is occurring to me right now. Now on Friday, GIFT Nifty closed about 70-80 points up. Now that is again a negative. Now that close up is because of this reports which came in media that Trump has thought India has started reducing oil imports from Russia, but then India categorically denied this yesterday, saying we have not reduced our oil imports from Russia. That is still the same. So after this particular clarification from India and also the nuclear submarine repositioning by Trump over the weekend, we might open gap down again. That 70 points was not considering all these factors into picture. So considering all this, we might open gap down. Then if it opens gap down, it will again be a problem because we are going to open right at the support zone, this 24,450 to 500. Now, the way this has fallen so far in daily, like we discussed last time, we need an intraday big candle, something like this to confirm a bearish trend. We have not got that so far. This has been a very slow, calculated sort of a down move, wherein each and every down move has been bought in and then eventually sellers dominated again and then it came down. If you see this, we every down move has been somewhere close to 500 or 600 points, and then after that it has retraced and gone up. Like this was the first down move here. It is about 24,500 to 25,500 points, and then it sort of consolidated within 200 point zone for 3 or 4 days, and then again a down move, like 25,200 to this particular zone, 24,600. So again 550, 600 odd point move. Now this remains to be seen whether this pattern will continue. That will again consolidate for 4 5 days here and then eventually break this. Because the way we are coming, even if this breaks with a small candle like what has been occurring for the past 3 or 4 weeks, it is not a strong break. There will be a reversal someday. If at all we need to decisively break and then go down and test 24,000 levels, we need candles of this size, like big ones, 350, 400 points, opening at a point and then straight away trending down, or opening at a point and then straight away going up. Those sort of candles have still not come. That is the biggest problem still for me. Because I've been saying this for the past few weeks also. Whenever a trend is supposed to be reversed, there should be a big candle intraday. That is the harbinger saying the trend has turned. That still has not occurred so far. So for Monday, if at all market opens in this zone, then we'll have to again wait if it is open in gap down. The best possible trade for Friday to happen is like 15-20 points gap up and then the first candle breaks with volume, and then it will continue throughout the day. So that is the only scenario where I will trade. Up trade, like we have discussed just now, till this particular level, 24,780 to 800 is not broken with volumes. No point in trading upside because again we might have the same scenario where there was this candle down, there is this candle down here. Then again the next candle will be a recovery green one from here saying support, and then we'll hover around for some time here and then eventually break. Now this week there is again one more interesting fundamental thing, which is our MPC meeting, RBI MPC meeting. That is the only event that is there in this particular week, or is there something else? Now, if we see just the RBI policy, everybody has factored in about 25 basis points cut again this particular week. So yeah, 4th and 6th August, it will be given out on 6th, but how come it is not captured here? It has not captured anything from India. I don't know why. They have removed Indian economic calendar. Okay. So 4th to 6th is the RBI meeting. Then 6th is what? Friday, Wednesday, Thursday. 6th is Wednesday. So Thursday probably we'll have that announcement from RBI saying what has happened as per the MPC meeting. That is the only fundamental news that can change the direction of the market. So far, market is expecting 25 basis points cut again. If that happens, then we might not go down much. We will eventually bounce from this zone. So what will happen till Wednesday is very important. Now that said, if we see the positioning so far, on Friday, FIS again sold 40,000 calls and bought 17,000 puts. Prop also have been selling call options and bought put options, and we retailers have been doing opposite. We have bought call and we have sold puts. So all the big guys are bearish. We are bullish. That is again a factor considering a factor which says we can go down. And if you see futures, last expiry, the up move was because of this. You see this drop, this OI from 1.73 to 1.38, basically 35,000 lots of futures were covered from shorts, and only that 35,000 lots took the Nifty up by like 300, 400 points, 350 points on Thursday. And then again Friday, eventually they brought it down. So short covering is yet pending. This zone will decide whether it will be short covering or continuation. Most probably it will be continuation, but I think we need to hold again 1 2 days for that big candle move, or Monday itself you need a big candle like this. So weekly also will be bearish, daily also will be bearish. That said, we'll also see Bitcoin and Ethereum before we go. Bitcoin, like we decided last time, month will close in the range, and just after the month close, it has come down. Now today's candle is interesting because if you see weekly, it has bounced from just the previous swing high, like 12,000. Now, if tomorrow Bitcoin makes a candle again going up here, then the entire week will be stuck in a range again. So tomorrow's candle in Bitcoin is again an important one, whether it is a down candle breaking 12,000 or it is an up candle breaking 14,000. If it is coming to 14,000, the best possible trade would be to sell 12,000 put for the entire week, or 1,12,000 put for the entire week. And if it forms a big candle breaking out this zone, then once it crosses 120, we'll take a trade again for 5 6,000 points upside, because it's a very clear pattern for upside also. It has sort of tried to break down, but it has resisted and gone up. Personally, for me, since it has run up so much, I think it will again consolidate in this zone for like 1 or 2 weeks before giving one more move. Because this pattern is not either bearish, not either bullish. We'll need confirmation to trade for a swing. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum actually retraced a lot compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin hovered around 1 or 2 weeks here, and Ethereum from the same zone it has retraced. So for Ethereum, if at all it wants to break out, it will have to again come into this zone, wait in this zone for a week or two, and then break out. So next week will be a good week for option sellers in Bitcoin. Like you can sell both side options and sit for like 15-20% sort of return. Gold last time, how what we discussed was it is forming a topping out pattern and it might probably come down. So it sort of tried to come down in daily, but ultimately the demand has pushed back up. Only one candle on Friday covered everything. So now it is ultra bullish. We can easily see levels of like if you take this zone 3433 to 3267, that is basically 200 point zone, and if you put it here from the top, so it can easily go to 3560 or 3600 in the next 1 2 weeks. So this again is a good trade. Let first cross this particular level 3433. If at all it crosses in a day or two, or if at all it gives us a dip like this and then goes, we can buy here with a small stop loss of this particular level. Gold is now again bullish compared to what we saw last time. Silver is bullish. Uh, that's it for the next week's forecast. Anybody Shall we start our usual discussion? Anybody has something in their mind to ask? And before that, just before the call, we were having this discussion, Barishkar and me. Hemant sir also sort of saw this for some time. Basically, the discussion is where is the call? So basically, what Barishkar Saab hypothesized is every Friday or the previous week or the subsequent days. So in this case, if you see on Friday, Friday is what? 1st August. So 1st August, if you see this particular zone had a tremendous spike in volume. So if you see this particular candle, it is uh, this zone. Now what Parishka Saab is hypothesizing it is, let's say if it Monday, it again comes to this zone. Now, since after this zone, the market traded for subsequent, for significant amount of time below this zone. So, if at all Monday it tries to come into this zone and sort of take a rejection, then again we can short here and wait again, is what the hypothesis is. And if Monday, if this decides to go up and then stay here, we will trade bullish. This is what the hypothesis is. But since this particular thing happens on Friday or Monday, that is because of the expiry happening on Thursday. We'll wait for at least this particular month. We'll wait for the new expiry schedule to kick in, which is from September. From September onwards, it will be Tuesday. So once that thing comes in, we'll again see for a week or two whether this particular pattern is being followed or not. If at all it is being followed, then again we'll come back on a discussion like this, on a day's discussion like this, and I will let you know, guys, whether we should use this or not. But the daily levels that I give is more or less on the same line. So this is like fine tuning what we are already doing, and we can forward test it, and then we can eventually implement. Anybody else now? If at all somebody wants to come in and ask, yeah, Anupji, please.
Yeah, so just a quick question. I mean, this is the first time I'm talking to you. So,
Yeah.
I mean, have you always traded only intraday, or have you also
Yes.
traded, like weekly? So, like what I do is I carry my positions for the week. So, like Thursday, ko once the expiry is done, then I initiate a fresh position for the next expiry, and then if it goes in my favor, then I mean I carry it till I
Yeah.
mean I get
So
all the
for,
juice out of
for
it.
me, when I started off, I used to carry, but then, Abhi, given what has happened in the last 1 month or so with Jane Street, in
Hmm.
hindsight, I have come to know that whatever stop losses were being hit were because of them. But then when I initially started off, I used to carry, but then there was this phase in between where wherever I used to carry, the next day it used to open opposite to me, like either gap up or gap down, and I used to occur huge
Yeah.
losses. So to sort of circumvent that particular scenario, I started trading only intraday, and if at all there is any subsequent substantial profit at the end of the day in favoring my direction, then only I carry. So now, if you ask me, most of my trades, like 95, 96% trades are all intraday. I don't carry unless and until there is a big move in my favor, intraday move. And
Mhm.
what I have seen in the past 3, 4 years that I've been trading is, like I have said before also, until and unless I see a big intraday movement, I am not comfortable holding on to any direction. Because if you don't see any big intraday movement, that means big players have not committed themselves to a move. So if
Yeah, yeah.
like even on Friday, if at all it wanted to fall, I mean, you will not see this particular consolidation for like 2, 3 hours in between, and then at the end it fell. So
Mhm.
this won't happen if big guys have clearly made up their mind. It will Market will never give you a chance to enter or consolidate and then see where it goes. So till such times I don't get big daily candles, I usually don't carry forward. No. And my trading style is very aggressive. Like I remember
Mhm.
you asking me on chat saying you
Yeah,
carried
yeah.
forward 24,950 CE.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so the thing is when we are sitting for a directional move and then we want to maximize returns on the way that we are doing. Because in the case of like selling OTM, probably the margin that you have put in and the returns you will get, first of all, you'll be holding for 4, 5 days. So you will be carrying
Mhm.
over 4 nights of risk. And on top of it, you will be getting delta differential of what? 50 points between hedge and the main strike.
Yes, yes, right. Yeah,
So
40, 45. Yeah.
yeah, so 40, 45 points over a period of 5 days. And if it is not lucrative for me, the first thing is I tried this before, as I've told you. Whenever I have
Mhm.
held OTM options, I have sold and held them. Even if intraday I'm seeing an opportunity, my mind is always hell bent on the other leg, which I've already taken on Friday. Like when I've taken a leg on Friday,
Mhm.
my subconsciously my mind says, you have taken a trade. Let's just finish that first and jump into another.
Mhm.
So I've seen a lot of intraday moves getting passed by because I've been sitting in a trade which is giving me only 30 or 40 points. And on the contrary, if intraday moves like Friday, the levels that I have said, or if some other levels which were passed, on expiry day we said 770 if it crosses with a swing, we'll trade. So 770 it crossed on expiry and then it went up 200 points from there. So if
Mhm.
we are able to catch those sort of moves, you don't need to sit for 4 or 5 days straight. So my ideology, my thought process is just trade intraday, capture at least 100, 120 moves in a 120 points in a move, and then wait for the next one.
Yeah, yeah. The problem with intraday is that I mean I work full time, so I mean I don't get that
Ah, I
much.
know, I know, I know. I've recently quit, like recently in the sense
Yeah.
it's been an year and a half.
Uh,
I think
no, that's
Satish,
why
Satish, Satish.
I trade 25 minutes time frame because I find
Okay,
that very like uh, kind of very comfortable.
yeah,
Plus, the trades are also less. So like I take only one or two trades, every week. So the
okay,
charges are also very less. Like one
yes.
k 1.5K.
No,
So
I mean,
those
if
also.
you are not full time into this, and if you are only doing it I mean, parallelly to your routine job, then what the
Yeah.
approach that you have taken is the perfect one. Build capital once you are comfortable, then only jump into all this. Because Satish in call, he was my colleague when I was working. He can vouch for me. Like although we are in an important meeting or we are doing something very important, the half of my
Uh,
concentration used to be on the trade that is going on.
and that is the time when it will go
Something will
against you,
happen.
right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Anybody holding any position as of now? I know Anoop is holding. So apart from Anoop, anybody else holding any position?
So I've bought some puts.
Okay, sir. Bought puts at the way market is falling, put is not appreciating. That is the problem. If you see this put chart, like this was slightly, I would say, at the money put only, but then even the market fell 200 points. The put throughout the entire day went up only by 35, 40 points. This is not like to the put movement that I'm comfortable with. Comparatively, calls are still okay. I mean, even at the money calls have fallen quite a bit. Out of the money call also, even if you have shorted in the morning, you have made 90 points. But put has given only 30 points. My God. Monday is a decider for you, sir. You'll have to make a
Sir,
call
if
with us.
we are making 100, 150 points in a month, is that a good return according to you?
Ah, sir, excellent return. Like we discussed
150
this
points in
previously also.
premium.
Yeah, 150 points in a month over a period of 6 months will double your account. Whatever capital you are trading with. 6, 7 months it will double.
It means we just need 1 or 2 days to make the money.
Yes. And this is from my own personal data from the last 2, 3 years that I have traded. All my profits for the entire 3 year time frame, if you see, have come only in 24 days, 24, 25 days in a period of 3 years. Every other trade that I have done in between has come and gone, come and gone. They have sort of negated themselves.
Yeah, I was also listening to some prop traders and they were saying the 90% of our prop desk PNL is made in 10 or 15 trading days in for the whole
Exactly.
year.
Exactly. So
Okay, sir. Thank you.
we should also like eventually shift our style to that particular pattern wherein like we don't miss those good days. I mean, even investing also, if you see, I think this Devina Mehra, the Swan Global founder, he also told this. Like for the last 10 years, this is not about trading, only just investing. In the last 10 years, Nifty has given a CAGR of around 14.5 or 15%. But if you just remove 14 days from those last 10 years, the CAGR drops from 14% to 8%. So
Yeah, I also read that something like if S&P in you last 30 days, if you miss the best 40 days, your return is actually negative.
exactly. So that applies everywhere. I mean, there is no point in being in the market all the time when the market is saying that I am not going to move. Just wait for those days where the market will move and go full on, like whatever capital you have.
Yeah, this is where I have seen that best traders use their best opportunity to bet exponentially, and that is how they make
Exactly.
biggest returns.
Exactly. That is the only thing. Last week also we sort of discussed pyramiding. That is also one of the aspects. Like if we don't pyramid our trades, then even if you are right, you will not be able to make much.
Sir, can you show example where you pyramided last time?
I pyramided last time on 20th June, this particular candle. That is also
Okay.
not pyramided, but I only doubled my quantity. 20th June pyramid. After the 20th June, there has not been any such trade where I can confidence is there we can pyramid. June. This one. If you see this, so we in the morning on that particular day, I said anything about 24,900 can get 20 move, and I was waiting at this particular zone. It sort of swinged here, and then from our zone also, it sort of rejected. Now, once it formed these two candles, I entered here 18,000 quantity, my usual thing, with a stop loss of here. And once it crossed with this volume, I entered again 18,000 here. And then
Okay.
I rode out this. The next leg of 18,000 that I entered was buy, not the sell. The first 18,000 was sell, the other 18,000 was buy. Basically, first 18,000 sell put, the second 80,000 buy call. So the calls that I bought, I got out here. Once I saw this again red candle here, I got out here. But the puts that I held, I got out somewhere here because it hit my stop loss, trailing stop loss here.
Okay.
So that was the only day. Apart from that, as a move, I mean, move of this magnitude and size has not come so far. Still waiting.
Now, sir, this week if it starts moving up, it will not stop because of the short covering, and everyone has a
Yes,
bearish sentiment for the market.
yes. If it sort of reverses from this, we can see one way move again till 25 to 1.
Yeah, above 25,000 till 25,000, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
Because more than 5 red weeks happened last time in 2013. That is what I saw in the
Uh,
chart.
After you said that, I also sort of went and saw that. And after the 5 weeks, the sixth week has been big one, and then it reversed. So I'll show you
Yeah.
in this zone. So this is one zone.
Usually also, sir, two, three
This
weeks
one.
red, 4 weeks red, we get a hammer after that.
So this one is one and this zone. So both times we had five consecutive reds. And in the first instance, after the fifth consecutive red, it sort of bounced. This sixth one is a green candle, big one. So if I remove this, so one, two, three, four, five reds, and the sixth one is a big green. But the
Yeah.
second instance, one, two, three, four, five reds, we had two hammers down. So now also I'm thinking like it is at this particular point in time, it is oversold. That is for sure. Market is oversold. Bounce
I
is
think, sir,
equal to
they will
going to
create
come.
a trap at 24,500, breaking it down. Everyone will enter, and then we can get a
Um,
reversal from there.
yes,
Liquidity grab, and we will make a hammer for the week.
yes. Because
Let's see what happens.
the way we fell also, it's all a calculated fall. It's no not panic, nothing. Aram se. I mean it's very smooth. Fall will never be so smooth. Not possible.
Yeah. Because at 24,500, below 24,500, everyone will be shorting the market.
Mm,
A big swing will be breaking.
yes. And the amount of shorts is also very high.
Yeah.
Index futures, it is almost again 1.6 lakh futures. This sort of level was not there in. This is the highest, I think, for quite some time. 1.73. The previous high
Yeah,
was like 3.2 lakh lots, but that was before the lot size was increased from 25 to 75. Now it has, since it has come to 75. This is like 1.73 into 3 if you compare it with the previous shots that they had. So it's almost 1.5 times more
4.5.
than the previous high.
Yeah.
This one. And even in stock futures also, they are like short left, right, and center. Acha, we don't get stock futures here. Okay.
And so to exit this amount of quantity, they need a breakdown where retailers will
Yes.
enter. They cannot exit it here only.
Yes.
It will shoot the market up like crazy.
Yes. They tried covering on Thursday, but then they realized that only this much of short covering took the market up by 400 points. If they want to cover more, it will shoot up like 500 points more. So that is why at the
Yeah.
end they decided we'll again bring back, again make everybody sit for negative, increase our position, then again we'll cover. Let's see. Because all the news that can go bad have already happened. Now there is no more bad news in the corner. Results have come and gone. Tariff 25% has been applied on us.
Everything bad has happened, and still we haven't got that 500 point red candle, big one.
Exactly. So whenever it will reverse very nicely.
Whenever it will reverse, it will, I guess, make a hell out of everyone.
Ah,
अकाउंट खाली कर देगा सबके जो बैठे
exactly.
होंगे.
Exactly. That reversal we'll see if I can pyramid like once or twice in that reversal.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So anybody else who wants to ask something, or shall we close it here on this?
सर दो क्वेश्चन थे। एक आप जो बोले कि सेकंड आपने पिरामिड किया, उसका स्टॉप लॉस किधर रखते थे आप? मींस किधर?
So for the second buy trade that I took, I only
हाँ,
put 10-15%, 10-15 point stop loss. I mean, the breakout happened at 24,900, and the
हाँ,
second trade I took in buying call options was at 24,940.
हम्म,
So, but the previous candle high was 24,920 or something. So that 15-20 points only for the pyramid I had stop loss. But what was comforting for me is the first trade that I sold, put options that I sold. By the time
हम्म,
I took the second trade of pyramiding, it was already in 50-55 points profit. So even
हम्म,
if the second one incurred loss, I would have exited like cut to cut, no loss, sort of.
हम्म, और आपका सेटअप दिखा सकते क्या सर?
Setup, उस दिन का?
नहीं नहीं, आपका ये डेस्कटॉप ये सब जो
Oh, desktop, okay. How to turn this? Let me just switch on my
कितने मॉनिटर लगते लगाए सर?
one, sir, only one.
ओनली वन मॉनिटर
Yeah, yeah.
और लैपटॉप एक बस?
Yes.
फिर ऑप्शन चेन वगैरह आप
Same
का-
scene, sir. I use it in same. Uh, so my cam is being used in OBS. So I cannot show it. It is already been used.
ओके
Or let me just see if I can switch off the cam here. How to stop this?
Yeah, I have one question. Uh, so like what I've noticed is that I mean, this is like more towards psychology kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
question.
Yes, yes. I mean,
So
in this group,
I mean, yeah,
most of our discussions are on psychology. Because price action
yeah,
and all, everybody knows. What differentiates us from others is how we think about it. Yeah, please.
yeah. So like I used to make mistakes, looking at my P&L. So
Okay.
like when it used to fluctuate, right?
Okay.
So that is when I found कि यार देखने P&L, if I keep watching it, then is when I used to cut off my trades, and just to limit losses, and then the market used to reverse and all.
Yes.
So now started using that function, of hiding the PNL itself. You also do something like that, or you are fine with PNL,
No, I
fluctuating
do
here
it
and
today
there?
also. I do it today also. Because what happens is
Mm,
the way I trade, my drawdowns are always huge. At least used to be huge. So like
yeah.
there have been cycles wherein I have lost 1 or 2 months profit in like 2-3 sessions. Market is not
Okay.
going anywhere. I've been trying. I mean, I keep on trying, thinking I'll have to make the profits that I have made last month again or last year again.
Mm,
The biggest
mhm,
drawback is this. This is not a stable environment where you can keep on repeating what you did the past few years. Not possible. Forget about past few years. Past few months also is a very big time to repeat the performance that you have achieved. And like we have just spoke, most of anybody's return happen only in like 7 or 8 days, and you cannot pinpoint those 7 or 8 days. So to locate
mhm.
those 7 or 8 days, you'll have to eventually keep on trying. That is the only way.
Okay. No, because right now what's happening is what I'm doing, weekly
Mm,
thing.
mm,
So that is being consistent, So
mm.
like because I don't know, it's because of the market, because it is falling, and it's pretty directional, and those things are not happening, right? Where it is opening in the opposite direction, because
That
that
is
is where I
because
get screwed.
all the HFTs are out of the market now. No HFT is participating right
Uh,
now.
yeah.
This sort of movement that has been, according to everybody's sense, is happening from the time Jane Street and the other HFTs have stopped trading. So that news broke out
Mhm.
somewhere in July, right? Somewhere here it broke out. And
Yeah.
after that, if you see, it has been a calm market, steady market. Before that, all HFTs were involved. So you had reversals, big candles, and all those. Now, since that is not happening,
Mhm.
it's like sort of acting in a direction.
But those guys will anyway be back, right? I mean, not
No,
them, but
no.
somebody else.
Most of them are saying unless this case between SEBI and Jane Street is not settled, they are not sure whether
Mhm.
the procedures that these other firms are operating are considered negative by SEBI or not. Because Jane Street, in their declaration, they have said whatever we have done is according to global standard practices that we have been doing in all the exchanges. It's not manipulation. And SEBI is saying no, it is manipulation. So if court or the Securities Appellate Tribunal or the Supreme Court that they have filed, if any of this authority confirms that whatever Jane Street is doing is market manipulation, then somewhere or the other, all the other HFTs also will be under the bus. Like most of the HFTs or quant firms per se will have that particular strategy because they are taking advantage of arbitrage. So if you only depend on market arbitrage, your profits are limited. It will be only 3 or 4 percentage points on your entire capital per year, which they are not comfortable with. So to create undue excess arbitrage, these guys sort of cause markets to make moves.
Yeah, but then that will take years, right? In India, I mean, nobody
Yes,
will.
yes,
Um,
yes.
mhm.
I mean, in the last call also we discussed this.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
HFTs are there in the market or not can be seen by the spread that we see in options.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
spread on Friday, the spread was like 1 rupee 20 paise. Absolutely no volume. 1 rupee 20 paise spread on an option is outrageous. Like if you with my quantity, if you just come in and go out, you will lose 2 lakhs. That sort of margin spread.
And have you tried Sensex also? Like, I mean,
No, no.
because I heard that it is also, like Bank Nifty, right? It gives wild moves.
Yes, but no, I have not tried Sensex so far.
I mean, I stayed away from Sensex because there were so many problems with BAC itself, right?
Hmm.
दो तीन बार हुआ, right? पहले
Yeah, yeah.
कि
Big trades.
options froze and this and
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So you have been doing only in Sensex or?
No, no, no. I'm doing only Nifty.
Ah,
I was just asking because
yes, yes. No, I mean, even with this reduced volumes that everybody is seeing, still Nifty is supposedly a dependent sort of an index because there is so much liquidity.
yeah, yeah.
Getting a free trade there is much more difficult than, let's say, in Bank Nifty or Sensex.
No, I'm happy. In fact, I prefer Nifty more than Bank Nifty also.
Yeah.
दो तीन ये है सर, ये अनूप जो बोल रहा है, दिस इज फॉर विथ 99% ट्रेडर जो पी एंड ए देखते हैं तो कंटिन्यूस वो होता ही है।
Yes, sir. Yes.
और दूसरा साइकोलॉजी इशू, मैं व्हाट इज माय ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस, you are basically, you are by nature you are a calm and cool person, and with profit जो है आपके साथ उसके लिए आप होल्ड कर सकते हैं, that is the psychological advantage with you, what I
Nice,
think.
sir. I mean, this persona that you are seeing of me has been developed over the past 3 4 years. When I started trading, it was not like this.
ये ना नहीं सर, आज का ये बोल रहा है जो
Hmm.
आपको हमने जो 2-3 महीने में देखा है, इसी हिसाब से दिखता है कि जो पर्सन मैंने जो इतना साल का ऑब्जर्वेशन, कूल और काम जो है और प्रॉफिट में है, तो वो ऐसे होल्ड कर सकते हैं जो भी है ट्रेड्स, और
Yes,
उसमें
sir.
वो प्रॉफिटेबल होते हैं ना सर।
Yes, sir.
और कंटिन्यूस प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस देखते रहेगा तो सो ये जो अनु बोल रहा है ऊपर सबके साथ, वो 99% ट्रेडर के साथ वही इश्यू है सर।
Yes. Sir, once you have, like, let's say 1 year break even and then 1 year profit, subconsciously you yourself will realize that even if there is a loss, like let's say for two continuous weeks, you'll subconsciously realize ये तो पहली पे हुआ है, you will eventually turn it around. The only thing is you will have to be 1 or 2 years break even in positive. That's it. Once you get to the stage, you eventually will subconsciously do all the right things in trading.
नहीं सर, दूसरा भी इश्यू है, मैं आपको अमाउंट नहीं बोल सकता है कि इतना अमाउंट से हो, लेकिन मेरे को होता बहुत बड़े लॉसेस हुए सर, लेकिन इतना मेरे को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता था तब, पता नहीं। लेकिन
Okay.
आज छोटे छोटे अमाउंट में भी वो अभी तो नहीं, अभी ठीक हो, लेकिन था, ऐसा होता है ट्रेडर के साथ कि थोड़ा भी लॉसेस पे वो डर जाते हैं। इसके लिए वो आप जो बेसिक सर आपका जो देख, आप दिन भर इंट्राडे करके भी आप दिन भर ट्रेड होल्ड करते, तो सबसे ज्यादा एडवांटेज वही है ना सर।
Yes, yes, sir, yes.
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Okay. So then shall we stop it here for a day? Okay. Okay, guys. Bye bye. See you again.
Thank you so much.
ओके,
Thanks for your
थैंक यू।
time.
Thank you, sir.